Have you ever booked a trip online and thought, well, that was easy, only to realize later that you've missed something important? Maybe it's the hidden fee, a tight flight connection, or worse, no one to call when something goes wrong? And right now, with the airport delays, misconnections, and travel disruptions making headlines, these small mistakes can turn into big problems very quickly. In today's video, we're breaking down the 5 biggest travel mistakes people are making right now, and more importantly, how a travel advisor can step in to save your trip. And trust me, you're going to want to stay until the end because one of these mistakes is costing travelers thousands. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Have you ever had your travel plans go sideways? Let's get started. Hi, Tim. Welcome back to RTE Travel Talk.
Thank you, Ken. Thanks for having me.
No problem. No problem. I've got a lot on my mind this morning, Tim, but before we jump into our list of what can kind of go wrong, we're seeing more and more people booking their own travel online, Tim, using such things as Google, YouTube, and even TikTok. But at the same time, we're also hearing about more and more issues, flight disruptions, people that are confused with their insurance coverage, things going wrong mid-trip. From your perspective, Tim, what do you think has kind of changed in travel planning in the last few years?
It's getting more complex all the time. It used to be you would go online and you'd say, I want to look at a hotel in Miami on this particular date. And you'd say, enter, let me search. And one or two things would come up. Now you go on there and you hit search and it's like pop, 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 pop. You have like 10 different websites come popping up with different options. And so that's where the complexity comes in. And, with air challenges, delays, and cancellations, sometimes travelers, they're just overwhelmed by the number of options. It may look easy online, but it's not simple when you start getting into it. I have a lot of clients that call me up and say, I've been looking for this online, and I don't even want to mess with it.
So in other words, it's kind of like information overload.
Absolutely.
That's probably myth or mistake number one. People thinking online is actually easier. They think it's convenient, but is it really?
What really happens is some people call it decision fatigue because there's so many options, and you get multiple websites, multiple suppliers. One of the biggest thing is you get multiple policies that are associated with the cost. One thing that we're seeing is that there's a lot of hotels and resorts that want to advertise the cost for their hotel or resort at a lower price. So what they do is they add resort fees in. And those are one of the things that are identified to us in bold red. So you might have a hotel for $199, but then when you get there, there's a $50 resort fee per night.
All right.
And a lot of times you don't find out about that till you get home and get your credit card statement and saw you were charged $350 for that hotel. And you're like, what's this all about?
Right. So exactly. So if you've got a travel advisor in your corner, you can already make your client aware of that if that's actually a place that they want to be, correct?
Absolutely. We give them the total price with all the fees included, even if there's fees for parking your car or anything. You have one point of contact that just simplifies everything.
And thinking, Tim, one of the misconceptions or a mistake that people have is not having someone to rely on when things kind of go off the rails. That's kind of a big one. People don't think about what happens after they book. If you're somebody that's DIY'd it and something's gone wrong mid-trip and you've booked it yourself, who do you have to fall back on?
Well, this is one of the challenges of booking it on your own is that you don't have somebody mid-trip that you can count on. What you're going to get is a call center. And you're going to get an 800 number for a vendor. And sometimes that vendor is not the hotel. It's not the resort. It's not the airline. It's a third party. I had a client just the other day that was on hold for over 8 hours trying to get through to a vendor that they had used. And we help them get through because as advisors, we have phone numbers that are directly in to a lot of these vendors that we can call on a travel agent line that bypasses all that. And whether it's a hotel or an airline, it all becomes the blame game. If you've booked it yourself on a third party and you call the airline will say, "Oop, you booked it on the third party. You need to call them." They literally won't even talk to you about it.
Right, right. So to make that real for folks, and I'm just going to use an example here from Canada. If I went and I booked a flight with Air Canada on, we'll say for one of these air consolidators, Flight Center, and
Hmm.
something happened to go wrong with my flight while I'm mid trip, and I tried to call Air Canada, they're going to say, no, no, you need to talk to Flight Center. Is that what's happening down your way as well?
That's exactly what's happening.
Wow.
One of the advantages of having an advisor, we're with you from start to finish. So we're with you in the planning, we're with you as you're on the trip, and we're even with you after the trip if something went wrong. Say you had a misconnection and you had to pay extra to get on another flight. We're going to help you navigate through the challenges of what do you do after I get back home. But the bottom line is it's real human support.
When you think about it, Tim, you're on vacation, right? So the last
Hmm.
thing you probably want to be doing is have to deal with a problem. It's much better to have somebody in your corner that can handle it for you and relieve some of the stress that you've already incurred, I would tend to think.
One example that I had a lady that was going to Hawaii
Right.
and she had a connecting flight in Chicago and she got delayed. So she missed her connecting flight. It was going to the West Coast and then on to Hawaii. So now she had to have a hotel because she didn't have a hotel in Hawaii. And so I told her, just get on the plane. When you land in Hawaii, turn your phone back on and then just go to your text and I'll have where the hotel is, the phone number, and just take a cab to the hotel. And then I'll already have your reservation made. That took a lot of stress off her as she was getting on this flight that was going to be, to 6 to 8 hours.
I would bet. I would bet. Now, talking about real world scenarios and airport delays and missing flights, there's a lot of stuff happening out there trending right now with what people see on TV and on the internet
Hmm.
about the chaos at some of these airports with these long, long, long lines or to
Hmm.
go through security and that sort of thing. I realize, Tim, that in some cases, what you see in the media is not necessarily happening all the time, but people are getting caught up in it. So,
Absolutely.
kind of talk me through a scenario. You're in one of these security lines, and let's say you've booked it with you, and you're not going to make your flight. That's just the way it's going to be. What happens versus you're in the same security line, you're not going to make your flight, and you're on your own. How does that all work?
Well, the first thing is usually as advisors, we're monitoring those
Right.
flights. So if you call us up and say, "Hey, we're in this line," they're saying it's going to be 4 hours to get through this line. You call us, we can get online right away and start looking at alternate flights that we can book you on. It won't prevent you from getting out of the line, but once you get through security, we can already have another flight ready for you on that. And so that's a big advantage right there. You're not in that line trying to call on your phone looking for something. So sometimes we can rebook things for travelers even before they know it. We'll book it for them and then it'll just show up on their phone.
Yeah.
But we can see from our agency, alternate routes, alternate airlines. We're seeing connection time sometimes with some of the flights of 31 minutes, and that's just not acceptable. Because they start boarding the flight 30 minutes before the flight. Well, you're landing 1 minute before they're starting to board. So, and this is the mistake people make when they're online going directly to a supplier is they want to go to Cancun from Kansas City and they see this cheap flight, so they book it. But what they're not realizing is in January, they're going through Chicago to go to Cancun. Well, you don't want to go to Chicago in January if you're connecting to a flight. And then they find out, the connection time's 43 minutes.
Yeah.
These are details that when you go online, people aren't looking at. And it's only after the fact they realize, oh man, I just booked a flight going to Cancun and I'm going to Chicago, and then I'm going to only be there 45 minutes. And
Well,
that creates a real problem.
yeah, I would tend to think so. These connections are legal, but barely.
Hmm.
So it takes no kind of disruption at all to cause somebody to be in that position where they're gonna miss a flight.
Hmm.
The other thing, Tim, when we think about common mistakes that people make, I think a lot of people get caught in this trap is the undervalue of their own time. That kind of really resonates with me. Some people spend hours, sometimes days researching a trip. So Tim, what are you seeing in terms of time versus value?
You might even throw weeks on there. I've had
Yeah.
clients that have come in and said, we're planning this family vacation for 15 people. And somehow I got appointed to do it. And I've been online for the last month and a half trying to figure out what we're doing. You can actually have endless research if you look at it.
Yeah.
The advantage of going with an advisor is that we have locations that we've already researched and curated options with different resorts, different hotels, different cruise lines. And so we've got real world experiences. We've got people coming back giving us feedback. So we know what the best suppliers are. We know what are the best hotels in that particular town. If you're wanting to go to Cancun, we've got tips that we keep that have 5 or 6 resorts that people have gone to. And so it just removes a lot of the stress and the guesswork. And there's a lot of stress involved in looking at things online and thinking, is this really what I'm seeing? Or, is this just a video they're putting out to dress it up?
I can certainly understand, like, if you're the, for want of a better word, the Pied Piper, and you got a family of about 15 people living in different parts of the country, and you with no experience are trying to pull it all together, it's daunting, if not impossible in a lot of cases. The travel
Yeah,
advisor takes
it
that all
is.
away.
You
Yeah.
bet. And I tell you what, those people really appreciate it. And when the family trip or the group trip goes off, without a hitch, they are very quick to give the credit to the advisors. I'll tell you that.
I bet you. Now, one of the things that we see online, and it comes up all the time, is people don't have a good basic understanding of travel insurance. And if they're not talking to a travel expert or a travel advisor, we've seen people not really understand what they're purchasing, and in a lot of cases they get caught short. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that like to use. I have a Chase Sapphire card, and so it provides travel protection with that. But you don't really know what that policy is unless you go online and really dig into it. And I have had 2 or 3 claims that I've had on my credit card before that there was always a reason why I just never had much success using that particular avenue. So we've used Travel Guard for 40 years. And there's no confusion about those policies. You had the preferred policy, which we always use, and we have a explanation of benefits that shows everything's involved from emergency evacuation to lost luggage to missed connections. One advantage Kansas has is that Kansas and New York are the only 2 states where if you purchase a policy with us, and say a month later you end up canceling that trip and get a refund for your deposit, you also get a prorated refund for the policy premium. All the other states, you would get a travel voucher for that if you were to cancel. I had a lady who did not want to buy any trip protection that went to Alaska, and she ended up having a heart attack on the ship, and
Gosh.
they had to helicopter her off the
Yeah.
ship to Seattle, Washington. The helicopter ride alone was $13,000. And she told me after the fact that was the best $400 she ever spent because she submitted all those bills to the insurance and they just wrote her a check for the whole thing.
If I understood you correctly on that anecdote, you didn't want to buy it, but you convinced her to purchase it.
Right, because if you're spending $13,000 on a trip, or $6,000 or $7,000 for a resort and for air, and you're spending $250, per person for that trip protection, it just is you're hoping that you're never going to use it, but if you need it, boy, does it come in handy.
Exactly, exactly. Another mistake that people make, this is one you said most people overlook. They assume that travel is just about finding the lowest price online. What does a travel expert actually bring to the table that people really don't see, Tim?
We have a lot of insider knowledge about suppliers. We have supplier relationships, as I said before. We if you book through us, we have relationships that have additional perks. There could be upgrades, onboard credit, or added value. We're part of the Travel Leaders Network Consortium, and so Travel Leaders puts together group pricing that gives discounts. We get heads up on when different promotions are going on. And so it allows us to kind of match the right experience to the traveler.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of clients that like the thrill of searching for the trip, but once they book it, they just transfer it to our agency because it's exactly the same price online as what they get with us.
On that note, I kind of think the other thing, Tim, is what people tend to overlook a little bit is if you're working with a travel expert, that travel expert or advisor is actually looking after your best interests and wants and needs versus if you're then booking online and you're talking to a call center. Well, the motivation for the person on the other end of the line at that call center is they want to put you on that cruise or you on that land trip. They're
Right.
not gonna look to say, you know what, perhaps this particular cruise line or this particular resort is not the best resort for you. We should go to this
Mhm.
cruise line. In my view, that makes all the difference because travel advisors working for a client as opposed to the call center person is actually working to fill beds on a cruise ship or in a resort.
That's why we call them order
Yep.
takers. They're really order takers because after they hung up that phone, you'll never talk to them again. And so the big advantage with an advisor is we're with you from the time you're planning the trip,
Yep.
during the trip, and after the trip, because sometimes things can happen on the trip that you need help with after the fact, and that's just not something that somebody online is going to do for
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely. Tim, when you look at these five mistakes or topics we spoke about today, it's really not just about booking the trip. It's about avoiding the problems people don't even know they exist until they crop up. If someone is watching this right now, Tim, and planning a trip, what would you say to them?
You just want to start the conversation. The first thing is finding out, where do you want to go? When do you want to go? What are the expectations
Mhm.
that you have? People are using hard earned dollars to be
Exactly.
able to take these vacations, and they want the best value. I had a good example of just yesterday. I had someone was booking somebody on Holland America on a have it all promotion, which includes a lot of the perks. Well, I noticed travel leaders also had a group. And so I called in to say, hey, can we book her into this group and then add all those perks on? And we were able to do that, and it saved her $900 on her trip.
Well, there you
And she
go.
said, wow, that just paid for my airfare right there. Our agency is all about being proactive, not reactive. We try to call our clients, 2 to 3 weeks before their trip. Hey, do you have everything going? Are you all set up, with your check in and all of that?
No, exactly. Well, Tim, this has been great. Thanks so much for joining us today and sharing your insights. It's been a real pleasure having you with us today.
You bet.
For those folks watching that may want to reach out to you about a cruise or a land vacation, how would they do that?
Yeah, you just give us a call at Cruise Holidays and Tours of Topeka. Phone number 785-271-9889, or you can go online and just Google Cruise Holidays of Topeka. That'll take you to our Facebook page and take you to our website.
I will leave that contact information in the description for those folks that might like to reach out. So, but before I let you go, Tim, since I like to live vicariously through the travels of all the people I get to interview on this channel, I need to know where you and Denise are off to next. What's next on the travel to do
We
list for you folks?
Yeah, we are leaving at the end of May, taking a group on a Rhine River cruise. So we're going to be spending 3 days in Lake Como and then one day in Lucerne, Switzerland. And we board the ship in Basel, Switzerland. And then we're cruising for 7 days to Amsterdam.
That Italy and Switzerland extension is getting extremely popular on river cruises.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. They sell out really
I
fast.
bet they do. We'll have to have you back to regale us with your adventures over there. How does that sound?
That'd be great, Ken.
Perfect. Well, with that, Tim, I'm just going to wish you safe and happy travels on all your future destinations and cruises. May the wind always be at your back, and I hope to see you on the Lido deck of a cruise ship sometime soon in the future.
Thank you.
Take care. And that about wraps it up for today, folks. A very special thanks to my guest, Tim Hersh of Cruise Holidays and Tours of Topeka. If you'd like to reach out to Tim, I will leave his contact information in the description. And I'd like to hear from you. Have you ever had your travel plans go sideways? Let me know in the comments. I know I have, and we probably have some stories to share. So let's get a conversation going. And as always, folks, if you enjoyed this journey with us today, a like, subscribe, share, and ring of the bell is certainly appreciated and helps other folks just like you to find our content. And if you're really enjoying the content, we hope you'll consider becoming a channel member. It really helps us to continue delivering those expert travel interviews, destination advice, and tips you know and love. So until next time, folks, happy travels.